Now, the FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifiers holds a lot of significance for the Indian football team. The question on everyone's lips is, can India qualify? Now, I'd probably say yes, but it isn't not without challenges. It's not without challenges that the Blue Tigers have to navigate. First of all, they're drawn in a very tough Group F alongside Asia champions Kuwait and Qatar. Now, they've crossed the first hurdle, of course. On 16th November, when they beat Kuwait 1-0, what it did was give 3 points in the bag. It gave hope and confidence to Igor Stimac for his team. And of course, it's put Sunil Chhetri and his men on the right frame of mind, the right tone for the months to follow and the years to come. But what it did most of all was it had held a bit of a record. This is the first FIFA World Cup qualifier victory for the country, for the team outside India in over 2 decades. Now, that's massive. That, of course, gives them the confidence and the hope that they can possibly punch above their weight against a team like Qatar. But the question really is, are the Blue Tigers good enough? Are they at the point of exhibiting that excellence at the national, international stage? Can they really play at the grandest stage for football, which is the Football World Cup?
The Blue Tigers are vying for a top 2 finish in Group A. This will help them reach the third qualifying round of the 2026 FIFA World Cup and also give them a direct ticket to the 2027 AFC Asian Cup. India started off their qualifier campaign on a strong foot. When the final whistles blew at the India-Kuwait match, it was a moment of celebration for Indian fans because it was after 22 years that the Blue Tigers secured a FIFA Qualifier victory away from their home turf. India climbed to the 99th spot in FIFA ranks earlier this year and are the 18th highest ranked team in Asia. This was after clinching back-to-back titles at the SAFF Championships and the Intercontinental Cup. What does the FIFA rankings mean for the Blue Tigers when it comes to the 2026 qualifiers? Securing the 18th rank in Asia meant India qualified for the Pot 2 of the FIFA qualifiers, which comprises of squads ranked from 10 to 18. How does this benefit them? Being in Pot 2 means India is the lowest ranked team in that pot, so they get to avoid the higher ranked Asian teams in the early stages. India is drawn with Kuwait in Group A alongside Afghanistan, which ranks 157, and Qatar at 57. So essentially, 2 teams drawn along India are ranked lower. So this increases the chances for India to progress and secure points as the tournament pans out. India's participation in this tournament is multifaceted. Their quest in the FIFA 2026 World Cup qualifiers embodies the aspirations of a nation that's seeking to establish recognition in football at the global stage. Above all, it's also an opportunity to strive for excellence. It's true that the rise of Indian football over the years has been gradual, but it's been consistent and steady. The most successful campaign was during the 2002 qualifiers, where India earned 11 points in 6 games. Fast forward a few years to Igor Stimac, who is now focused to produce a more fearless and daunting team. But it's also true that since hosting the 2022 FIFA World Cup, Qatar has undergone a sea of changes, all for the better. The game today is much more than a qualifier. India face the Herculean task of overcoming the Asian champions. But even if they don't, India's dream of featuring in a FIFA World Cup is imminent.
I'm at the FIFA Academy here in the heart of the city in Bhubaneswar in the Indian state of Odisha, and it is incredible. It was just inaugurated by none other than the FIFA Game Development Officer, the chief, in fact, Arsene Wenger, who's come here, and it's really a shot in the arm for the sport itself. And to think that this is the facilities that we are having for kids who would come to this particular academy to train, and there'll be a 3-year program that they will be involved in, just shows how keen not just the country is, but also the international board, FIFA, is to have something like this established in India. In fact, this talent academy here, which is the first AIFF FIFA talent academy is in India, is going to set the example for many more to come, hopefully in the future. This just promises that everyone, the stakeholders, which is India itself as well as FIFA, is serious about improving and enhancing the sport and its health in the country. All hopes that there are people and many, many talents that come through all these facilities, all these things that are happening for the sport to become future talents and future stars for the sport in the country.
That means you have potential to be on top of the world. That's what we want to achieve together. How long will it take? I don't know, but one thing is for sure, if you don't educate, we will remain where we are at the moment.
Now, we of course came to the city of Bhubaneswar in the Indian state of Odisha in the hope of catching some football and for the FIFA World Cup qualifiers between India and Qatar. But what I've stumbled upon here, and I'm at the heart of the entire sports complex, the Kinga sports complex here in the city, and it is stunning how much attention and passion this city and this state has for sports. And I'm not going to just say sport. Of course, there's lots happening in football itself in the country, and you'll see that later on in the show. But what is evident is the passion to grow, to develop sports and a sporting culture in this country. And I'm at the hockey stadium here, which you just witnessed. But there are many other pockets, many other arenas right in this complex, which is dedicated to different sporting disciplines. Like there's an aquatics center, there's a science center, there's also athletics arena, and of course badminton also that's coming up. There's different sporting disciplines that is paid attention to, and also a lot of centers and a lot of science and infrastructure that's been put into place to develop and hone an athlete's health. That really shows how much love this city has and the top brass has for sports in the country, particularly a sport like hockey. And I'm hearing all these cheers coming in right here, ringing through it. And why not? If you just listen to especially the passion and the amount of dedication they've put in behind a sport like hockey, which we found out while speaking to the top brass here, you won't be surprised.
Nobody was getting salary for quite some time. So he requested that 3 months if we get a breather, maybe we are trying with all the corporates, maybe we'll come up with something. So please give us this lifeline. So then when I went with this to the Honorable CM, I was convinced that he will say yes only, 3 months. But he had another take. When I went and asked him, he asked, oh, hockey is in such a poor shape. He told that, many of us think that it is the national game, right? In our psyche, at least, it is a national game. So he said, oh, it's a national game, why they have to suffer so much? Can't we do something more? That's what he asked. Then I told, okay, sir, we'll get back. Maybe instead of 3 months, we can make somebody to sponsor for 6 months, 1 year, or something like that. Then we discussed, and then we went back again. Then we did, in the discussion only a revolutionary idea came up, that why don't the state sponsor the national hockey team? There was opposition. There was opposition from our ranks. How can you do that? Why do you have to do that? It's a national team. So Honorable CM told an anecdote, which we have translated into a movie. His father was a great Bujupatnagar. He used to be a fighter pilot, and he was a freedom fighter. He was in jail for freedom movement for almost 3 years. I think he was in Peshawar or somewhere in jail, Pakistan, then Pakistan. So he said that those times when India was just an idea and we are fighting for the idea to become a reality, hockey gave us glory.